Football players need to perform at the highest level week in, week out. And to do that, they need to treat their bodies like temples. But did you know that the top players in modern football are doing something so harmful it could end their careers? Let's be real. These guys are like finely tuned Ferraris. Sleek, powerful, and always ready to tear up the field. But unlike your average sports car, they can't just head to the gas station for a quick pit stop. We're talking about intense gym sessions that would make your average gym rat cry for mercy. They run drills that would leave even a treadmill gasping for air. And don't even get me started on the flexibility. These guys could probably contort themselves into a human pretzel. It's all about building that explosive power, that insane stamina, and that agility that makes them look like they're defying gravity on the field. But it's not just about the gym. These footballers fuel their bodies with meals planned by nutritionists who make sure they get the right amount of protein to build muscle, carbs for energy, and healthy fats to keep them fueled throughout the day. Yeah, football clubs have entire teams dedicated to coming up with the best possible diet to ensure peak performance. They have to treat these players like cars. Wrong fuel, bad performance. The same goes for these athletes. They're dedicated to getting the best out of themselves every day. Now, this dedication goes way beyond the training field. A good night's sleep is like hitting the recharge button on their bodies, crucial for muscle repair and laser-sharp focus. And mental health? Don't even get me started. Dealing with the pressure of performing under the spotlight? That's a whole other workout. The point is, these athletes treat their bodies like their lives depend on them, because they really do. They're the foundation for everything they achieve on the field. Grueling workouts, strict diets, the whole 9 yards. But recently, there's a new problem emerging. There's a growing trend that might seem like a healthy alternative, but trust me, it's not. We're talking about nicotine pouches. Manchester United defender Victor Lindelof and Leicester's Jamie Vardy are just two of the many people who are popping one into their mouths before running onto the pitch. And that's just the start. These days, 1 in every 5 players are doing this, and they have no idea how harmful it is. These aren't your grandpa's chew bags. These pouches are tobacco-free, filled with just pure nicotine. This way, you're fulfilling your nicotine addiction and completely dodging tobacco. Sounds harmless, right? Maybe even a way to deal with stress or cravings? Well, that's where you're wrong. Sure, they may not have the tar and other nasties from tobacco, but here's the thing. Nicotine's still the main problem. It's a stimulant, folks. Remember those crazy workouts these footballers do? You would imagine their hearts are already working overtime. Now add nicotine to the mix, and you've got a recipe for even higher heart rate and blood pressure. Not exactly ideal for peak performance, or for your long-term health. And let's not forget about the lungs. Reduced lung capacity? Still a major no-no for these athletes who need all the oxygen they can get. Sure, there's no tobacco burning, but nicotine can still irritate the lungs, making it harder to breathe deeply during those intense matches. Now, some might argue, hey, at least it's not tobacco. But remember, nicotine's highly addictive, no matter the source. At this point, these players are going to end up craving a nicotine pouch more than the Player of the Year trophy. Remember, the UK banned snus for a reason. The health risks were too high. Nicotine pouches might seem like a safer option, but the truth is, they still pose a threat to an athlete's performance and overall health. We all know you young footballers are hungry. Everyone wants to be the next Messi, the next Ronaldo. But let's be honest, stuffing your mouth with nicotine pouches isn't exactly the path to legendary status. Think about it. Messi's dribbling skills were legendary, leaving defenders twisted in knots on the ground. Ronaldo, the dude could launch a free kick from midfield straight into the net. You want to be remembered for moments like that, not for needing a quick nick fix before the game. The competition is fierce. Every kid with a ball at their feet's dreaming of the big leagues. Players need to be the best version of themselves, pushing their limits every single day. Nicotine pouches might give them a temporary buzz, but they're holding them back. Sometimes, the difference between being a legend and being just another player is that final sprint. And if the player's been depending on nicotine pouches, that final sprint is never happening. And it's not just about playing good football. Being an everyday user of nicotine pouches can cause heart problems, especially if you're pushing your heart to the brink of collapse in training every day. If these players don't do something about this addiction, it could cause a heart attack one day. But what can they do? Well, there's no two ways about it. They have to give it up. Kicking a nicotine habit can feel like tackling a world-class defender. Tough, relentless, and maybe a little scary. But footballers have faced down giants on the field before, and this is no different. First things first, be honest with yourself. Acknowledge the addiction and commit to quitting. Talk to your coach, a teammate, or a therapist. Having a support system is key. They'll be your cheerleaders, your confidants, and the ones who kick your butt when cravings hit. Next, ditch the temptation. Throw away any remaining pouches. Tell your buddies to keep their stashes hidden and avoid situations where you usually crave them. Pre-game jitters? Try some deep breathing exercises or visualization techniques instead. It might feel weird at first, but trust me, it's way better than a nicotine buzz. Now for the cravings. There's no way to stop them from being there, but remember, they're just temporary. Chew on sugar-free gum, suck on hard candies, or munch on some crunchy veggies. Find a healthy distraction that keeps your mouth busy and your mind focused on something else. Finally, reward yourself for your progress. Didn't reach for a pouch today? Celebrate with a new pair of cleats, a massage, or anything that motivates you. Remember, quitting is a marathon, not a sprint. There might be setbacks, but don't give up. Every day you're pouch-free is a victory. I feel weird just saying all this because let's face it, Jamie Vardy's probably not going to watch this. And even if he is, he's definitely not going to want to listen to a random YouTuber. But if it helps even one person out there, then it's worth it. And if it doesn't, well, at least now you know it's bad for you.